Beloved Dota 2 host receives game communication ban, blames Valve's behavior system. Valve's zero-tolerance policy on toxicity has claimed another victim, Jake Suraction/Canner. The beloved Dota 2 host recently had his in-game communication privileges taken away after his behavior score tanked. Following the initial shock, Slacks explained his side of the story on Reddit says, "It is true, after the last update I saw that my comms score had been slowly going down every 15 games, so I stopped talking on mic, stopped streaming, and tried to not type anything toxic unless I was with crazy toxic people flaming the team, cause you know it's fun to flame insane people." Hey, race my matches if you want to check the chats on M. Overall review, I am not ashamed to say that I love talking to strangers in game, and I am not afraid to say sometimes it was toxic. I did deserve my punishment. However, like most people, when I saw the punishment happening, I did try to change my ways and climb out by not talking or typing and being a good boy. I think the system is either broken or very harsh, which is fine if it's on purpose. There seems to be no way to improve your communication score, but the behavior score goes up just fine. If this is the new direction of Dota 2, where eventually no one will be able to speak, is going, then that's what it is. People that don't talk have that privilege to speak, and people that talk a lot perhaps don't, and that's maybe better off for the game. Personally, I love talking to strangers in Dota, and I find most of my joy out of it, so if Dota is a game where you can't talk to people anymore, that's probably okay for toxicity reasons, but it's not the game I love. I think I'll stick to playing the game as Valve is moving towards, with friends and parodies. Anyhow, if I could give any feedback on the system, I think it's okay to be harsh and take away things from bad actors, even if it's me. I don't think I'm overly toxic, but I do think I have been toxic in the past, and after 4 losses in a row and I lose it, but this is pretty common for most Dota players. I also think people just report me cause it's funny, and I do think that is also funny. However, I think prison should have an end, and that the goal should be to reform people rather than lock them away for life, because they are only going to be more hateful and evil if they have nothing to work towards for redemption. I would suggest having pop-ups saying that your score is rising or that you have been reported less when toxic bois do a good job. I'm not sure. I think making comms score impossible to raise is a good thing overall, but if it makes Dota 2 a less toxic place, then I'm sure Volvo knows what they're doing. As for me, a lot of enjoyment has left if I can't talk to strangers, but what can you do? Also, please have a system that actually checks if you have spoken or typed in game before you are punished. As a streamer, I have been reported in multiple games doing nothing. Maybe I flamed in the past, or maybe it was funny, either which are justified, but still, I think people should at least have some sort of checks and balances to just make sure people that stream are not just muted for existing. The change in Slack's in-game behavior only slowed down the fall, though, as the host finally lost enough behavior points to lose his communication privileges. Despite finding his punishment deserved, Slacks also thinks the new system can be broken or excessively harsh. Slacks is a vocal player by nature, and losing his voice in games might impact his overall enjoyment. For the time being, Slacks aims to stick to playing with close friends in the party queue. Overall, the new behavior and smurf detection systems have been working double time to clean up the Dota 2 matchmaking pool. But there seems to be a general consensus that recovering behavior scores is now almost impossible. Players cut off all communication themselves and continue to lose points, and some streamers even opted for boosting to fix their behavior score, which resulted in long-awaited Dota 2 permabans. The current system basically leaves little to no room for player reformations, and it's currently unknown whether that's an intentional decision, so Dota 2 players with hints of toxicity in their blood are on thin ice until further notice.